We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. Now, Yudhishthir Maharaj was lamenting because of so many people killed in Kurukshetra war, and Krishna told him to meet Bhishma, and Bhishma told it is all the plan of Supreme Lord, why you had to suffer so much because of Duryodhana and everything. Esha vai Bhagavan Shakshat Adyo Narayanah Puman Mohayan Maya Lokam Gurash Charati Vrishnishu. This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayan, the supreme enjoyer. But he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni, just like one of us, and he is bewildering us with his self-created energy. Narayan means shelter of all living entities. Brahma, when he was praying to Krishna, he said, you are original Narayan, Mool Narayan. Or Narayan is one who is only enjoyer, all are to be enjoyed by him. So he is Krishna now moving in this world, but no one can recognize him because of his self-created energy. Only devotees can recognize. Asyanu bhavam bhagavan veda guhyatamam shiva devarshir narada shakshat bhagavan kapilo nripa. O King, Lord Shiva, Narada, the sage amongst the demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, all know very confidentially about his glories through direct contact. Direct contact is possible through service, devotion. So they can know. Yam manyase matuleyam priyam mitram suhritavam akaro sachivam dutam sohridat atha sarathim. O King, that personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc., is that very personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Here, Srila Swami Maharaj is saying, if someone out of ignorance thinks that he is ordinary man, Krishna, then that is ignorance. But another thing is, if someone is having that intimate, sweet, delightful relation, he also does not think Krishna as Supreme Lord, but as friend, lover, and all this. That is also okay. But here Bhishma, in order to remove the ignorance of conditioned souls, he wants to prove you should not think him as some ordinary man. He is actually Supreme Lord, because not all can understand Krishna's lila as a human being in proper way. That is why first Vaidhi, then Raganuga. You have to get that blessing to get that relation with Krishna. Not all conditioned soul cannot immediately grasp that. They will think he's an ordinary human being. That is why in public, where many people are there with different qualifications, one should not directly speak Krishna Lila, because they will misunderstand. Or you can speak, like our Gurudev did, about pastime of Yashoda binding Krishna, where it was shown that Krishna is not ordinary man, because otherwise how it would be possible that Yashoda would not be able to bind him? There was some miracle there, a very long rope, but she could not bind him, because he appears like limited form, but he's unlimited and immeasurable by anything material. Or our Gurudev explained how Brahma, who is the first created being in this material universe, and he has greatest lifespan and greatest intelligence and also knowledge of the Vedas, but even he could not understand properly who Krishna was. He thought he's an ordinary cowherd boy, how he's God. So he tested, and he was observing, and he rejected that he's, and so many arguments he gave why he cannot be Supreme Lord. That is all to teach us. Then when he stole the cowherd boys and he understood his mistake, and Krishna expanded himself into so many cowherd boys, then Brahma understood his mistake, then he surrendered to Krishna, then he could realize by his grace. Then he saw Krishna is source of all Narayan and everything. He's the source, his supreme object to worship. And then he described his transcendental qualities. So these two pastimes you can speak in such a way that people can understand that Krishna is not ordinary human being. But Raganuga is not for all. Gradually one can come to that type of worship. It is not for the public, because they will misunderstand. Sarvatmana samadrisho hyadvaya sya na hankrite tat krita mati vaishamyam niravadyasya na kvachit. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, he is present in everyone's heart. He is equally kind to everyone, and he is free from the false ego of differentiation. Therefore, whatever he does is free from material inebriety. He is equibalanced. Like we think, I am Chinese, I have to hate America. I am this and I have to hate another, like this. But Krishna is beyond this material differentiation of mine and yours and enemy and friend, like this. Pure devotees also, they are beyond this. So what they are doing is for the benefit of all, eternal benefit of all, and they are equal to all. Like Krishna told in Gita, no one is my friend in material sense, no one is my enemy. But one who will worship me, he is for me, I am also for him. Like sun is giving light to everyone, not discriminating. I will give to Chinese, but not to Americans. He's not discriminating. Sun is there for all, same. And it is his nature to give light. But if someone does not take that light, then that is his problem, not the sun's problem. So like that, mercy of Krishna is for everyone. But we can receive when we submit through service. But anyhow, whatever Krishna is doing is for the benefit of all. In Vedanta Sutra, you will find this topic is there. You say God is the creator of this world. If that is so, then we see he is partial and cruel. Why? Because we see Some are demigods, some are humans, some are animals, some are happy, some are suffering. So he created, so he's partial. Then the answer is no, he's not partial. Everyone is getting their positions and suffering or happiness due to their own activities. Krishna is only giving the fruits of the actions. And he's equal to all. Whoever will do such action will get such a result. And those results are for the benefit of all, so that we can realize the true nature of our activities and learn from that. So he is not partial or cruel. Yes, then this is again same. Tathapi ekanta bhakteshu pasya bhupanukampitam yan me sumstya jata shakshat Krishna darshanam agata. Yet, despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. This is also in Vedanta Sutra, next verse. Then why is he partial to his devotees if he is impartial? Then there it is explained, because that is natural out of love, and that is not a fault of Creator. It is his ornament, good quality. It's natural. Whoever will surrender to him, serve him, Krishna is also for him. So you will find in Bhagavad Gita, same point Krishna is telling. In Vedanta Sutra, he is telling same point. Here also we see practically same point. In Bhagavatam, everything is very clear, vivid. In others, it is more abstract. But Bhagavatam is best. That is why it's best. Everything is, all Siddhanta is shown practically. Bhaktya Veshya Manoyasmin Vacha Yan Nama Kirtayan Tyajan Kalevaram Yogi Muchyate Kama Karma Bhi. The personality of Godhead who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation and by chanting of the holy name, releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive activities at the time of his quitting the material body. Devotee will be rescued by Krishna. Devotee is rescued already before, to the extent how much his mind is absorbed in Krishna. That is why Kapil Bhagavan said to Devahuti, my devotees, they don't suffer any pain of diseases and these things, because their mind is fully engrossed in me. So those who are only thinking of Krishna, constantly chanting name, meditating with devotion, attentive devotion, but final release comes when Krishna wills. That is not due to karma, but when Krishna wills, then he will release them from this world totally, and they can enter into transcendental abode in their spiritual form. Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatam Kalevaram Yavat Idam Hinomyaham Prasanna Hasaruna Lochano Lasan Mukham Bujo Dhyana Patas Chatur Buja. May my Lord, who is four-handed and whose beautifully decorated lotus face, with eyes as red as the rising sun, is smiling, kindly await me at that moment when I quit this material body. See here, there is a description of his form. In Upanishad and Vedanta you will find only Brahman word. That is Krishna, but not described about his form. Beautiful form. In some places, in Gopal Tapani Upanishad it is, and some hints are there, but in Bhagavatam it is very clear. Sutta Uvach Yudhishtiras tat akarnya shayanam shara panjare aprichat vividhan dharman rishinam chano shrinvatam. Sutta Goswami said, Maharaj Yudhishthir, after hearing Bhishma Dev speak in that appealing tone, asked him, in the presence of all the great rishis, about the essential principles of various religious duties. Here also, it is not mentioned here in Bhagavatam, but it is there in Mahabharata, when Yudhishthir Maharaj was lamenting, it is because of me all these people were killed. So into which hell I will go, I don't know. But Bhishma told him, no, don't think like that. Then he gave one example from history. There was one widow lady. She was a devotee of Krishna. She was doing Archan Bhakti, worshipping Krishna deity. And she had one son, 12, 13 years old. So she requested him to bring her flowers for the puja from the forest. So he went there, and it was not first time that he went. He went, and while he was picking flowers, suddenly one poisonous snake bit him, and he died there. And one hunter was there, he saw the whole thing, and he knew some mantras how to control snakes. So he controlled that snake, and he put her in one pot and went to that mother with the body of boy. And when mother saw her boy is dead, then she was unhappy. Then that hunter said, oh mother, you please order me. I will kill this snake now. She killed your son unnecessarily. I was there. He was only picking flowers. He didn't do anything to the snake, but suddenly she came and beat him. So you order me as a revenge. I will kill her, and I will burn her. She will vanish from this world. Then mother said, will that bring my son back? Then he said, no. Then she said, then what is the use of killing her? No use. We should not be cruel to anyone. Then he said, but no, mother. Then he will bite another. He's very cruel. He should be killed. You order me. Then that snake said, why you are saying like this? So many people passed that place, but I did not bite anyone. No one I bite, killed. But today, I beat him because Yamaraj, or god of death, he inspired me. Then this hunter said, oh, then Yamaraj is guilty, so he should be punished. Then Yamaraj came and said to that hunter, why you are saying like that? That I'm responsible, I'm guilty. They said, because Snake said you inspired him. He said, yes, that is true, but I'm not responsible because you don't know. This boy in previous life, he was a friend with this snake. They were both human beings. They quarreled, and that boy, due to quarrel, killed his own friend. Mercilessly, he killed him because of anger. So, it is not that I am responsible. It is his actions from past life. The result of those actions now came in the form of this snake. So that is why this happened. It is true, but I'm only instrumental. This snake is also only instrumental, but the real cause is his actions. Fruit came. So in this story, Yudhishthir Maharaj understood by the grace of Bhishma. Of course, he's a pure devotee, but he's playing the pastime of lamenting. Sometimes we think we are over-responsible for something and we get disturbed. So here Bhishma explained to him this, that no, everyone is reaping the fruits of their own actions. We are not responsible for their actions. We are also not responsible for the fruits of their actions. We may be instrumental, and what we are doing, we will also get the result of that. But we are not the cause of their actions, and we are not the cause of their fruits. So in this way, Bhishma Dev pacified Yudhishthir Maharaj to give us knowledge. Purusha svabhava vihitan yatha varnam yatashramam vairagya ragopadibhyam amnatobhaya lakshanan. At Maharaj Yudhishthir's inquiry, Bhishma Dev first defined all the classifications of castes and orders of life in terms of the individual qualifications. Then he systematically, in twofold divisions, described counteraction by detachment and interaction by attachment. Let me see what is meant. The conditioned souls under material bondage are prisoners of matter, and therefore self-realization is the ultimate aim of life. The whole system of ashram dharma is a means to detachment. One who fails to assimilate this spirit of detachment is allowed to enter into family life with the same spirit of detachment. Therefore, one who attains detachment may at once adopt the fourth order, namely renounced, and thus live on charity only, not to accumulate wealth, but just to keep body and soul together for ultimate realization. Household life is for one who is attached, and vanaprastha and sannyas orders of life are for those who are detached from material life. The brahmachari ashram is especially meant for training both the attached and detached. So it is meant for this, that you should follow Shastra according to your qualification, to gradually purify yourself so that you can detach yourself from this worldly life and attach yourself to Krishna through service. That is the purpose. If one fails to see this, then there is no use. It is not as an excuse. Okay, then I can enjoy unrestrictedly. It is in the Vedas. That is not the purpose. Like those yagyas where they will kill animals, it is meant for gaining detachment from that, because people, they were so much inclined to kill. So Shastra gives some regulation. Okay, you kill, but you kill in sacrifice and with all the procedures and everything. So that is meant that ultimately you can control that tendency and you can give up. But some people misunderstood and they killed unrestrictedly, taking on the pretext that, or with the excuse that it is in the Vedas, so it is supported by the Vedas, it is supported by God. So they were doing, and eating meat and all this nonsense they were doing in the name of Vedas. That is misuse of the Vedas. So that is why Buddha avatar had to appear to stop them from doing this. They said, but it is in the Vedas. Then he said, don't follow the Vedas. There is no God. Vedas are not to be followed. You have to follow me. But he was God, so he tricked them. He said, the ahimsa is paramo dharma. You will get highest benefit. Non-violence is highest dharma. You follow me, you will get that benefit. So they did. Because if one is very much inclined to kill and eat meat and this tamaguna, he cannot understand about God and this. So first Buddha had to curb that tendency in this way. Then Shankaracharya came and again established Vedas, but with that interpretation to attain liberation. Not eternal devotion, but liberation. So they were ready to accept, because from Buddhist, and this is similar, so they were ready. So they accepted Vedas again, and all Varna, Ashram, Dharma and everything for the purpose of liberation. But then Ramanuja and these four or three others acharyas, they appeared and they explained what the Veda actually says, Upanishads. Vedanta Sutra, they wrote commentary. The meaning is pure devotion to Krishna. So gradual development of theism was there. So like that, Varna Ashram is meant for this. Or we can see, after the disappearance of Mahaprabhu, also many pseudo-sects cropped up. They were also saying, we are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. But they were doing wrong activities in the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like Babajis, they were with ladies having illicit sex. They said this is Parakiya Rasa, unmarried life, like Krishna and Radharani, that we have to follow. So many things. And they were saying, no, it is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nari, and they misinterpreted, mistranslated. So this all was going on. And this Babaji, also Paramahansa, they were using this for doing all kinds of nonsense. Because Paramahansa or Babaji is beyond all regulations of Shastra. According to scripture, that is fifth order, above sannyas. So it is true when one gets spontaneous devotion to Krishna, then naturally he will do everything for the satisfaction of Krishna only. He will not do any wrong activity. That is why there is no necessity for them to be regulated by Shastra, because automatically they are doing everything right. But it happened that in the name of Paramahansa, they were doing immoral activities. That is why, like, we are not bound by Shastra. We can do whatever we like. if you criticize us, then you are not accepting Shastra. That is why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he saw this is going on, and people lost faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching and lost faith in this Babaji Besh, Paramahamsa Besh, then he took sannyas. Because sannyas is the highest order, but within a regulation of Shastra. So no any sannyasi can say, I can do whatever I like because I'm Paramahamsa. No, they cannot say. They have to follow what Shastra prescribes for sannyas ashram. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was following in toto everything exactly, and by practicing pure devotion to Krishna, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. So in this way, he again brought proper dignity to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching because he had ideal character. And people could see this. This was one reason he brought back dignity, lost dignity of